day, whether you're an individual or a company, money matters. And what matters more is how well it's managed. A task spearheaded by the chief financial officer in an organization. Financial leaders create and nurture value for their organization and stakeholders. This year, the winner of the Financial Leader of the Year award goes to Sudha Balakrishnan, the Chief Financial Officer of the Reserve Bank of India. She's a chartered accountant, a cost accountant, and company secretary. Prior to this role, Sudha Balakrishnan was CFO of the National Securities Depository Limited. Ma'am, many congratulations and thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
You're the first CFO of India's central bank. There was no template for this role. Was that liberating or challenging for you?
Well, a CFO's role is quite clearly defined, be it RBI or any other organization. So CFO, responsibility of CFO vests with, the statutory audit, internal controls and processes, risk management, etc., which is also part of the role which I am handling in RBI as CFO. Having said this, yes, this is the first CFO of Reserve Bank of India, and it was indeed challenging in the beginning because the very size of the balance sheet of Reserve Bank of India, perhaps the largest in the country, handling such a big responsibility was indeed challenging. But as time goes by, now, you have got used to it, and it's been a very good experience so far. And it's been nice being with, Reserve Bank of India.
The banking and finance sector has, balanced gender ratios when you compare them to other sectors. But, how do you explain that very few women end up being chief financial officers? What can we do to help close this gap?
Right. You're right. Very few CFOs you find in the current scenario. However, when, my generation is one generation back. So at my times, things were pretty different when, women had the option of being a homemaker or choose a career. Even if they were very good, at academics, in schools and colleges, many of the time they would choose not to have a professional career. They wouldn't go for professional courses. And even if they did take up any professional career, there were a lot of hurdles in their, in the way to come, because once they get married, they would get relocated, then there would be children, so many of them would opt out. But today's scenario is totally different. It's amazing. You look at the women and the young kids passing out of the professional institutes, they are very focused. Today, there is, globalization, there's digitization, there is better connectivity, facility for work from home. And, these young women and ladies, they are quite, predetermined and focused on what they want to achieve. And they want to be financially independent and want to have a career of their own. So I'm sure in the next few years to come, maybe 10 years to come, definitely the scenario would change and we would see more women in this kind of role.
In your experience, are women leaders held to a different or more stringent standard compared to men?
Compared to men, no. At least in the organizations where I have worked, men and women are, subject to the same standards. There is no difference in the standards. Having said this, what I would like to say is, see, as a woman, there are various balancing acts a woman has to do on the professional side, on the personal side, on the family side. But when a woman chooses a career, a professional career, she has to come and deliver. She cannot expect her subordinates or superiors or her peers to have a softer corner or be lenient in the terms and conditions just because, you are a woman. At the same time, it is very important for a professional woman to have the priorities and the focus set right, without compromising on the quality of work, on the deliverables. Like, for example, what I would say is, if I have a team member, like I had an experience earlier as well. One of my team member was expecting a child, so she wanted to quit her job because the trains were overcrowded and she couldn't come to the place of work. So I told her, don't leave your job. I'll give you flexi timings. There is no compromise on your deliverables. Your KRAs you have to meet. You come to office early, maybe at around 8:30 in the morning, but leave early by 4:30 before the crowd sets in. And these kind of, simple leniency towards your women colleagues would help. But as far as performance and deliverables are concerned, there cannot be any compromise.
You took on the role and then the pandemic hit. So there was unprecedented upheaval and shock to the economy. What was your big learning from this situation and managing it?
Actually, I joined the RBI quite before the pandemic set, and the pandemic did not set in because I joined the organization. On the lighter side. I know, on the lighter side. Yeah, the pandemic is a great learning for all of us. None of us really thought that the pandemic would come, or there would be such a situation when there would be months of lockdowns and shutdowns. We had to learn a lot, doing work from home. It was actually an eye-opener for me. I realized that all the work could be done sitting from home, whereas without, compromising on any of the quality, any of the processes, and ensuring that proper processes and maker checkers are put in place while sitting at home. And ensuring that you and your two team members deliver the requisite KRAs without really coming to office. So it was really a challenge, and it was an eye-opener. And I never thought I could complete all the work simply by sitting at home. So it's been a challenge, and I think we did well even during the pandemic without compromising on the quality.
Right. So you joined the RBI in 2018, and then of course the pandemic hit us, full throttle in 2020. Yeah. Looking ahead, what are the things that you'd like to do? Are there any specific challenges you want to take on?
Challenges, you don't plan for challenges. Challenges come and you accept it. Mm-hmm. What is more important is how you handle a challenge, It is more important to respond to a challenge rather than reacting to a challenge. So, if you are faced with a challenge, what I would suggest, to the newcomers and to others is, sometimes, as one of my senior had also very rightly told me, at times it is very important to swallow and chew your ego. So just hold back. If there is a challenge, just hold back and, see how to handle the situation in the right way. So it is more important to respond to it rather than reacting and causing a knee-jerk reaction, whereas the external factors cannot be changed. It is up to you as to how you handle and how you, respond to the situation. That is more important.
Balakrishnan, many, many congratulations once again, and thank you very much for your time. We wish you all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.